Hello universe, it's me, Veronica Sapphires and Ocean Waves, and welcome to my Christmas premiere. Yay! I hope you guys enjoy it. Just to give you a quick rundown of what all is going to be happening. One, the premiere starts really late at night my time, so there are some kid unsafe things in it, so if you have children around, maybe put some headphones in. I don't know. It's not that bad, but we want to keep the kids' ears safe and make sure we don't spill any of Santa's secrets, you know, so just that's your fair warning. I am newer to the community as far as being a creator. I've been in lives and around for a little while, but yeah, I'm newer to videos, so I kind of just kept it simple and chatted with you all regarding some of my Christmas traditions, and then we played a little fun would you rather situation, so I can't wait to hear all your responses to those. And I appreciate you all having me and coming and watching and interacting with me, and I hope you're having such a great holiday, whatever you celebrate. So let's get into it. Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Welcome to the whip and chat style downward facing version of, or portion of this video. We are just hanging out today. I hope that so far your holiday has been nice, special. There's an airplane. Let the airplane pass. Anyway, yeah, anyway, I hope you are having the best holiday so far. I appreciate you coming to spend time with me down in the chat for the premiere. This is my first year and I honestly didn't know what to do, so when you don't know what to do, just talk to people for an hour, right? Let's get started. Let me tell you what I'm working on and then we can start talking. So I am in the cape portion of the Snow Queen from Diamond Art Club, 42 by 97 centimeters. It's round and she's beautiful. Here, there you go. So you can see her all the way. So I'm down I'm right here. Sorry for my ugly nails. We do film these beforehand. I'm planning to try to do them myself for the first time. As soon as the stuff comes in for it that I bought on around Black Friday and the sales, but yeah, just ignore them for now, okay? Accessories. It's been a day. It's been a day. We're gonna survive it together. Okay, I have two Mini Made trays here because blues, right? Why not? So this one is turquoise and this one is Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon. Say that 10 times fast. You probably can because I'm the silly one. And then I have two beautiful pens from Enablers Outpost. This one I just recently got and unboxed and obsessed. It's blue and pretty and looked kind of wintry to me, so I thought it would go well with this kit. And then this one is one that I got a while ago, and it's mostly blue, but it has some magic in it, and we know that the Snow Queen is very magical. So I'm doing this kit for 3 events: Diamonds in Disney, Winter with DAC, Diamonds with Disney, Winter with DAC 2022, and Jingle Girls 2022. I will have all the creators who are running those events linked down below in the description, so you can look at that at your leisure. But I'm sure you're all aware of the events going on because so many people are doing, sorry, I bumped the table, different things. All right, let's get started. Which color should I use? I'm gonna use this one. No, I'm gonna use this one. This one feels more icy. keep this one. These can keep our company over here. Okay, so I hope y'all are having a better day life event at the end of year than I am. I'm at the point in the year where I'm just feeling anxious, and I have a lot of other stuff going on just in life here now at the end of the year, so I'm sure that's not helping me. But I don't know. Today's the last day for my kids' school, so thank goodness for that. I have performance reviews at work, which always stress me out because the way that my job does is they ask that you basically review yourself. And it's not like it's a 1 through 5 stars. And it's not like 5 stars equals like doing your job. No, 3 stars equals doing your job. And after that is like exceptional or like going above and beyond. And I don't know. I think that frustrates me because if I'm getting paid to do a job, then why are you expecting me to do more than what I get paid for? But such is life sometimes, I guess. Why am I talking about that? That's depressing. Merry Christmas. How is everybody doing today? Let me know in the chat because you're here with me and I'm here with you. And be kind to me because I'm watching. Life has just been stressful here at the end of the year. I feel like it's always a stressful time for everyone. So I'm not special or different, but I just hope you are all taking time for yourself and to relax and refresh. Do better than me about that, and be kind to yourselves and take care of yourselves. I did ask on a previous video kind of some of the stuff that I should talk about. And so I did get some questions from Elizabeth with Enablers Outpost, who's one of my friends here on YouTube, and I appreciate her so much. So I will be answering those questions too, and y'all can answer them for me. I did, I wasn't around here last year. I wasn't involved with everyone, so I'm sure even if they're questions that you've answered before, I haven't seen the answer because I feel like they're very specific to Christmas time. So why would I have seen them? But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, before I got into questions and stuff, like, it's okay to feel anxious about things. It's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to not be like over the moon excited for this season right now. It's okay to feel those feelings, like you're not weird or different, or no one's going to judge you for them. Or at least I hope so, because if y'all are about to judge me, then I'm going to leave. I'm going to cry. Anyway, so Elizabeth, my kind friend, asked me some questions related to Christmas and my traditions. So I have 2 boys. My oldest is David. He is 7, and my youngest is Liam, and he will be 2 at the end of January, this coming January. So obviously Christmas looks a little different this year than even last year, even though Liam was here, because last year he really wasn't like walking around and getting into things, and he Captain Destruction of all our things. So I've had to like relocate the tree. I didn't even want to put up the tree, to be honest, but I was bullied into it. But yeah, I've had to change kind of what got set up. I have a beautiful village, like it's I think from the 90s, which doesn't sound like a long time ago, but it's a long time ago, y'all. That's like almost 30 years ago. I have a village from the 90s that my grandmother gave me that she used to set up, and now I set it up, but I can't this year because I have a toddler. So Christmas just looks a little different here. On top of like all of that with stresses, I am planning to move. I'm moving like right after Christmas, and even though it's the best thing to do because it will allow me to be like all settled before my son starts school, it's still like very stressful and daunting to think about. And part of me has just been kind of avoiding it. And, you know, when you just avoid something, it goes away, right? No, it gets worse. So I just know that I'm going to have to deal with all that soon. So, like, every day that comes closer to being Christmas is like every day that also dreaded thing comes closer that I want nothing to do with, which I hate. So I think that's part of what's putting a damper a little bit on Christmas for me. So I'm really glad that with all that going on, I'm able to do something like this. Like with everyone, it feels really, I don't know if the word's like, it's not fulfilling. I don't know. It just feels good to know that, you know, I think I'm Christmas Day technically in the middle of the night. That at my time during Christmas, I'm going to be able to join a whole group of people who have come to, you know, talk to me and share with me, and for us to all find joy together here during a time that is honestly really high stress. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Anyway, let me get to the questions before I keep talking about how stressed I am and like depress all of y'all right when Santa's supposed to be coming. Like, that's rude of me. Christmas traditions. So, as I was saying, I have 2 boys, and what my family does now is we all get together on Christmas Eve and hang out and eat food and open a couple presents like that the family gave each other. Most of my family that we get together with is all older, so there's not a ton of kids that are waiting for Santa to bring them presents, if you catch my drift. My sons do, and I have a cousin who has a daughter who does, but other than that, like all the kids are older, and then it's adults. So we do some gift exchanges, and then everyone goes home on Christmas Eve at the end of the night. And my son may be waking up. Everyone goes home for Christmas Eve at the end of the night, and we wake up the next morning, and me and the boys, well, I I avoid wrapping gifts all December and the entire time I have the gifts, and Christmas Eve in a probably Red Bull fueled exhaustive panic, I wrap everything. And that stems from past family traditions that I will get into in a moment. I just started with current. So I wrap all the gifts and get them all under the tree. And then at probably like 4 in the morning, it's probably with us. So currently right now, as we speak, I am wrapping gifts and drinking sugar-free Red Bull. Bet you money. Bet you money. Who has their bets in the chat? Anyway, so I get all gifts under the tree, and then we wake up, and the boys get to open their gifts, and it's a good time. And I saw one. Hold on. Okay. So that's what we do now. And then my oldest goes to his dad's house in the middle at like 11, usually after we've had a little bit of breakfast. So sometimes I'll make cinnamon rolls or just something easy that we can eat while opening or right after opening, and then his dad gets him, and his dad has him Christmas Day. Here are a couple photos of the boys last Christmas. So it'll look sort of like this again, except for the tree is not in this room, that they're in the living room because toddlers are dangerous and he wants to rip everything off the tree. So it has to be in a room that I can gate him off of and keep him out of. So the traditions that in the days of old, the Christmas days past when I was a child, let me switch colors and I will go into that. while y'all talk about all your current Christmas traditions. And how many of you, let me know, are wrapping presents right now? And how many of you are good people and get their stuff done like at a decent time? I would love to know. I'd love to know how many of us are horrid procrastinators. I'm not a procrastinator on all things. I'm just a procrastinator about things that are exhausting and are not exciting. But some people love to wrap. I wish I was that kind of person. I really, really do. It would make my life so much easier. Here, we'll do the arrow. Okay. Did I just spill some? Knowing me, I would. Okay, so the Christmas traditions from past were my whole family would get together at my grandmother's. And I used to live at my grandmother's when I was really little, like elementary school, and then we moved out, and then I moved back in when I was a teenager with them. Anyway, the whole family would come over to my grandparents. And we would eat and have dinner, and they would play games. And then all the kids, I say all the kids, there were not very many kids at the time that this happened. It was like me, my cousin, maybe 2 other kids that were really young, mostly just me and my cousin Cody, because we were the oldest. I was the first grandchild, the only granddaughter until 14 years ago, so like until I was 15. And my cousin Cody came 5 years after me, so I was, and then it was another 5 years before another child was born. So there was like, by the time I was 10, there was 3 kids, 3 grandchildren. So it was really mostly just me and Cody for this tradition, but my cousin. Anyway, I digress. Basically, we would go to bed, after much convincing and, multiple getting out and trying to stay awake for Santa and all that stuff. We would finally go to sleep, and the adults would then, drink, enjoy their night, and they would be in, the living room or the kitchen or wherever, bedrooms, having drinks. We weren't allowed in certain bedrooms before we went to bed, and then they would be wrapping all the gifts. So that in the morning, not even in the morning, so they'd wrap a whole bunch of gifts, all the gifts that night while drinking and having fun with each other. And then in the middle of the night at like probably 1, 2, whenever they're done and they felt like waking us up, how they would wake us up is my grandfather would go outside and put a ladder on the side of the house. And where he would put it on the deck. And so the deck was really close to the roof. You didn't need a big ladder. And where he would put the ladder was right near the room where we were sleeping. So either my grandfather would stand out there or my uncle, somebody would stand out there on the ladder. And when they woke us up, they would bang on the roof really hard, like reindeer hooves, and yell, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas." And we would be like, "It's Santa. Oh my goodness, it's Santa." So, they were full acting this. They weren't just like, "Oh, wake up, Santa came." They had Santa leaving when they woke us up, which is, I always thought that was really cool. So it would be the middle of the night, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and we would hear Santa leave, and we would get up bleary-eyed and come into the living room covered with gifts. And I might be able to find a picture of that, actually, of us opening gifts, like a really old picture. And I'll put it up on the screen. But we would open our gifts up, up until however long it took. And then it's the middle of the night still, or like very early in the morning, so we'd go back to sleep. And I've been ridiculed for that before. Like, you wake up the kids, you get them all excited, and then you have them go back to sleep? What? But yeah, that's what we did. And then we'd wake up the next day and play with our toys.
Here is me and the cousin that I mentioned that we were the main people who got to enjoy our childhood Christmas traditions because there were so few children and just a lot less families with littles to coordinate. So this is me and my cousin Cody at my grandmother's. Who knows how old we were? Younger, obviously. Probably, I'm probably closer to 10 in this picture, and he's closer to 5 at this point. But yep, that's us. And then here we are opening our multitude of gifts. I would invite you to one, take a peep at the window right behind the tree. You see that it is pitch black outside. I am not joking. They woke us up in the middle of the night to open all of these presents, and then we went back to sleep. Also, shout out to the giant television to the right of my uncle in the orange. Do we remember the televisions that literally took up like an entire quarter of the room? They were so big. What were we doing with these? And then I don't know if you can tell, but that is me in the leopard looking fancy to wake up for Santa and all these presents, opening all my gifts. And if you look to the left, you will see one of the craze items of my generation, and that is a Furby. And then guess what? My cousin threw up on my Furby later that day and made it a demon Furby. So, yay for family.
So that was our Christmas tradition. And I loved it. And I part of me wants to start that back up again, but right now with my situation, I just can't. And also, like, my family doesn't want to hang out all night together anymore, and there's too many of us, like too many older children and stuff. They don't want to do all that, but it would be fun to at least like get a ladder. And I need assistance. I can't do it by myself, but I don't know. I always thought it was so cool. Um, realizing it when I got older that my family did that. What they were actually doing, who actually came, and the lengths they went to kind of like make the magic for us. Yeah, so that was the old school Christmas traditions. The other question I got was about the foods that we eat. So my grandmother is Italian. She's from Brooklyn, born and raised. Um, crazy woman named Antoinette. So if that tells you anything. So typically we have some sort of like pasta-esque dish. Back when I was a child, it was almost always lasagna. My grandmother would always make it from scratch. And actually, oh, my stomach's growling. I hope you can't hear it. Last year, I went over to my grandmother's and she was like the sous chef and would tell me what to do, and I did it. So I made lasagnas last year for Christmas at her house with her direction. She made the sauce. She always makes homemade sauce. And then she directed me on how to make the lasagna. So this year we are going to have chicken parmesan and stuffed shells, and some meatballs. And I think if you know anything about Italians, especially Italians who make their own sauce, you know that there's always a sauce rivalry. Not rivalry, but someone likes their sauce better than whoever's sauce. So my aunt who married into the family is also Italian, and she makes her sauce differently than my grandmother does. And my grandmother she's funny. She's like, I think I'm gonna make some sauce for Christmas. I think because then that way Heather, she says she likes my sauce, and it's like, Grandma, she's gonna make her own sauce. So, but it's fine. She talked to her, and they're gonna have both sauces, I guess, and that way there's plenty of sauce for the chicken and for the stuffed shells, and we don't have to worry about running out of sauce. It's just funny because I don't know. Their sauces are definitely very different. My aunt puts carrots in her sauce to sweeten it. My grandmother does not do that. She puts sugar. But my aunt also doesn't use like whole tomatoes and stuff. And my grandmother does. She uses like crushed tomatoes. My aunt just uses like sauce, pureed sauce with nothing chunky. So very different textures of sauce with different ways of sweetening it. I think my aunt also puts pepperoni in her sauce. My grandmother, she's just strictly meatballs and sausage. Anyway, not that you care about sauce. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we usually eat is some sort of pasta. And then I think we're going to have ham this year. My grandmother's sister gave her a ham for Christmas. Like that was the gift she sent. So we're going to eat it. And the best thing about having ham is my grandmother will make the soup for me that I like. That's actually it's more southern soup, but I'll tell you more about that soup if you ever want to hear about it. It's complicated. I'll have to explain more about my family history to explain why that soup even exists. Okay. My next question. Must have candy. Oh my God, my stomach is growling so loudly. I'm so hungry, I guess. Okay. Anyway, must have candy is probably, this isn't working. Oh, I'm obsessed with is it Ghirardelli that does the squares? I think so. That are peppermint, chocolate peppermint bark. Oh my gosh, I love that. I could eat a million of those. And my older son likes them too, actually. So he asked for them for Christmas. So I'm going to stuff some of those in his stocking. What else? Is there any other candy? I mean, I like candy canes. I like mint stuff. I typically get like peppermint white mochas from Starbucks during this time of year. I get peppermint white mochas all year round, basically. I like peppermint. What else? What else? Candy wise. I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't really get any other specific candies. I mean, I like cookies. I don't like cookies with the frosting on top. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, but I think those cookies are so gross. And I like cookies to have like a little bit of crunch to them. I don't like the cookies that are just like so doughy. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Like the soft and chewy cookies that you can get from Chips Ahoy and stuff, not my jam. I just want original cookies. Just give it to me original. Why we got to make this complicated? And then Elizabeth asked if I eat fruitcake or have fruitcake, and no, thank you, no, ma'am. I stay away from fruitcake. It's just not my thing. I don't. No fruitcake for me. How many of y'all are fruitcake lovers? So I was going to talk to you. So those are some questions from Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth, for asking me some questions so I'd have some things to talk about. Now I want to do a little fun. Hold on, let me pull some stuff up. I have some questions from you all. I wanted to do some Would You Rather's Christmas edition. Okay, so we'll start with this one. The first one, would you rather have a pumpkin pie fight or an apple pie fight? Apple, hands down, every day. So during Thanksgiving, I make cupcakes, and they are pumpkin cupcakes, but there's like a cup and a half of pumpkin in it, and then it's, flour and sugar and stuff. There's not tons of pumpkin in it. I feel like pumpkin pie is so much pumpkin, and I don't like it. I want nothing to do with it. It's gross. We did find out this year, now that my youngest is old enough to kind of like eat a lot, pretty much everything, he has teeth and all that. He actually loves pumpkin pie. You'll have pumpkin pie. I might have a video of it. I can put it, I'll insert it if I do, but he just like will go big mouth wide, just waiting for you to put some in. And then if you put some in, sometimes he won't even eat it. He'll just open his mouth again, like, give me more. It's like, you haven't even ate that piece. Anyway, yes, pumpkin, I would not want to be in a pumpkin pie fight because inevitably in a food fight, something is going to get in your mouth. That's what she said. Anyway, something's going to end up, you're going to end up tasting, I don't know, there's no good way to say that. Basically, I would rather eat apple pie than pumpkin pie, so I would rather get in a fight with apple pie, so I don't have to taste pumpkin pie. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's find another good one. Would you rather Christmas shop for 7 hours or watch 10 hours of Christmas movies? Well, 10 hours of Christmas movies is like 5 movies, right? So I don't, maybe like 5 to 7, depending on how long they are. If they're closer to 2 hours or 1.5. So I think I would rather, I hate Christmas shopping. I Christmas shop all online for the most part and just hope for the best. I would watch 10 hours of Christmas movies. So what movies would you watch then? I missed an arrow. I missed 2 arrows. Oh my gosh. I hate that. I would watch Nightmare Before Christmas because that's definitely a Christmas and Halloween movie. I would watch Elf. So that's 2. I would watch I don't know. Die Hard. Because Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I would watch, I guess I would probably try to find like one of those cheesy Hallmark movies after that, or like those bad Netflix ones that have come out just for something new. I don't have to watch the traditional movies, and nor do I. My family was not the family that would sit around on Christmas and watch Christmas movies. No. That was not our idea of a good time. Yeah, definitely Christmas movies over Christmas shopping. That sounds absolutely miserable. Unless I'm shopping for stuff that I like too. So like if I had to do 7 hours worth of Christmas shopping for diamond painting, like duh. Let's find another good one. Oh my gosh. Would you rather decorate 100 Christmas trees or decorate 100 Christmas cookies? Absolutely horrible. I don't know about everyone else, but as the just primary adult in my home, I end up just decorating the tree by myself every year. And I know some people really love it. Like I have a good friend who I work with who has, I don't even know how many Christmas trees at this point. She used to have one at our office when we worked together. She has a few, I think at least 3 in her home. So that's 4 already. A lot of Christmas trees. And she loves Christmas, which is shocking because her birthday actually was yesterday, which her birthday's on the 15th. So most people who have birthdays close to Christmas don't end up liking Christmas as much because they feel like their birthday gets kind of jilted. That's how my mom was. My mom hated her birthday because her birthday was December 28th. And so people would kind of get her gifts as an afterthought. She said sometimes gifts were wrapped in Christmas wrapping, which drove her nuts. So yes, some people are kind of bitter about having their birthday around Christmas. But yeah, she loves it. My coworker, she loves Christmas so much. And she would probably decorate 100 Christmas trees. I'm going to go with 100 Christmas cookies because I really don't like decorating the Christmas tree because I do it by myself. Where's the fun in that? Who wants to just decorate a tree by themselves? Nobody. Or people who really, really, really like Christmas. I'm sure some of you are that way, but I'm just tired. I would rather not. So I'm going to go with cookies. I feel like that will take way less time. Tree fluffing is the most annoying thing about decorating the tree. So maybe if it came like pre-fluffed, it was already up, and there's 100 of them, maybe. I don't know. That still sounds exhausting. I'm going to go with 100 cookies. I wonder how many of you all agree with me and how many of you actually want to decorate the Christmas trees. Or how many of you left because you're offended that I'm not so excited about decorating a tree. Okay, 100 Christmas cookies all day. Wait, do I have to bake the 100 Christmas cookies too? Because that could be exhausting. But still, I would rather do that even if I have to decorate. Okay, would you rather have a red nose that lights up or have pointy elf ears? Absolutely elf ears. I don't think that there's going to be any arguments otherwise, but who knows? Uh, we'll find out how many of us disagree. I wouldn't want my nose to light up all the time. I feel like that could be embarrassing. And then what if you're can you like control it lighting up or not lighting up? Because if not, then you could be in like a movie theater. Like I go to those anymore, but if you went, you could be in a movie theater and your nose could just be glowing and people could be throwing popcorn at you in frustration because they just want to watch their movie. I don't know. Is that stupid? At least if you did have a glowing red nose, if you like ran or walked or did anything at night, there would be no way a car couldn't see you. Absolutely no way. Your nose could just light up and you would be totally safe. Also, you would never have to worry about having a flashlight. That sounds really convenient. Like if it went dark, if you had to diamond paint in the dark, you would just use your nose. But I guess elf ears like could never get turned off. So if the nose always glowed, then absolutely not pointy elf ears. If the nose could be turned off, I think maybe that would be a possibility. Okay. Would you rather receive one big present or 10 small presents? This one is hard for me. I like opening things, and I think sometimes it can be exciting. If either way it was both a bunch of stuff that I wanted or one big thing that I wanted, maybe just the big present? No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I would like the small presents. It's fun to open up presents, and I think it would be sad if like you just had one present to open, even if it I mean, I don't know though. If it was like really big though, like who cares if it's just one if it's a really big, right? That's what she said. See, this is a mess. Okay, we'll move on. 10 small presents, that's my answer. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This one's a good one. Would you rather never receive another gift from anyone ever again, so no gifts ever again, or be forced to give everyone in your family an adult toy as a gift? Oh my God. Okay, so my family's hilarious and they talk about that kind of stuff and they don't care. My grandmother makes jokes about sex all the time. We've played cards against human. I've played Cards Against Humanity with my grandmother. So I would probably buy them all. I'd give them. Is this just one Christmas? If only on one Christmas I had to do this and then never again, I think I would go with giving everyone in my family an adult toy. If I had to do that every Christmas, then I'd rather just never get gifts ever again. Just no more gifts ever for the rest of my life. I'm good. But that would be hilarious. Could you imagine? Like, what if the rule was like you couldn't even tell them and they just had to open it with no idea of what was coming? That's what she said. Oh man. Oh, off the rails. We're going off the rails. Okay. Um Would you rather be an elf at the North Pole or one of Santa's reindeer? So I'm going to go with reindeer. They have one really hard, grueling night, but then the rest of the year they're off. Sounds nice to me. I would like to work one night a year, please. Yeah, I don't want to be an elf. Although, granted, I guess reindeers don't have hands, so I couldn't diamond paint or anything. So the only way I could be like a human with human processes and stuff would be if I was an elf. But then it sounds like my work-life balance is just like not good. Like, do you think that Santa's elves get PTO and vacation? I assume so, but like, where do they go? What would they do? Wouldn't somebody recognize them? Food for thought. Maybe if I was a reindeer, because reindeers are magic, right? So maybe I need a drink. Oh, I do this to myself every time. I need a drink. Oh well. Maybe if you were a reindeer, though, you could use your magic, like flying things, in order to do hand things. I don't in the old movies. I don't remember the really old claymation movies. I know that they talked. The reindeer talked because I remember the Rudolph talked, but the Rudolph, I sound like my grandmother talking about the Walmart or the Kroger. Anyway, yeah. So, but did they pick things up? I don't remember that. I guess I need that could have been some of the movies that I would have watched. I definitely would have gone back and watched old, like Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What was that? Is Santa Claus is Coming to Town? That was a good movie. And The Heat Miser. Like, I would watch those for sure. The Misfit Toys. Yeah. Check. I should have said all those for my 10 hours of Christmas movies. Okay.
Okay, a little outro here now that my video is over and my premiere is done for the most part. I wanted to start this out with a little warning that I did go see the lights at Lanier here in Georgia. That's where I'm from. That's where I live, is Georgia. My family and I did go see those lights, so I am including several like clips of videos and some pictures here at the end so you can enjoy them with us. And that's to music. This is, you didn't want to hear all the sounds and the copyrighted music at the light show. So, or the light walk, it's a walk. So yes, so turn your headphones down now because I'm a soft talker and this music is not soft, and I did turn it down some, but I don't want it to be too loud in your ears. So sound warning. Secondly, I did want to just take a second to tell everyone how much I appreciate them, how much I've appreciated getting to know so many people recently and in the past 4 or 5 months. And becoming closer to people, how much y'all have welcomed me into this community and welcomed me as a new creator. And I also wanted to take a minute to acknowledge that holidays can be hard for people. It's fun and there's presents and joy, but there's also sadness and we are missing people. So I just wanted to say out loud that, you know, I personally am missing someone this holiday. I talked about it a little bit in my clip that my mom's birthday is after Christmas, and so the Christmas time and her birthday are harder for me, even though it's been many years since I've lost her. So I just wanted to say that you're not alone in whatever you're feeling or dealing with or struggling with. And if you needed to talk to someone, I'm always here. My DMs are always open. So feel free to reach out. And I hope you guys are having the most amazing, merry, happy, joyous, quality Christmas, holiday, whatever that you celebrate. And yeah, so enjoy the lights. Sorry, that's my cat on a box. And happy holidays. Bye. Merry Christmas
and a
Happy New Year.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Have a new bright year.